Bubba, we back at you on. Let me cut this fan off over here. It's warm out here, but it ain't that bad. So what we're going to today is modifying this console for the amp and get it ready for the radio and what have you. So what I want to do is, you're seeing this just as well as I am. Let me grab the bottom piece here. I hadn't cut it yet. We'll probably cut it here shortly. Had the amp out a while ago. Had to have me a rag. Matter of fact, I might leave that right there to try to level this thing too, I think, because I hadn't cut them yet. So we're going to be kind of high. I may have to fold it over a little more, maybe. We'll see what we get there. So my intention was, I can go back with a smaller amp. I just won't have the sound I'm looking for. These amps are great, and I can drop down to a different one if I need to. And let me get it right fast, because I was messing with it earlier, and let me just show you up here what I was doing earlier. I was looking at it because when I seen it, I said, you know what, that amp has to go in there sideways if it goes in the way I want it to go in there, and we're not going to do that. So this amp, let me bring it to you. We have to have access to it, okay? So what I've done in the past, I've got another console over here that I've got to build for a guy. I think this size probably fit the bottom of it, no issue. I think it will. I'll do some measuring and make sure. If not, we're going to go with the smaller amp for his. So this amp, this is bolted down on here. They'll go in this way. Okay. That's where your Bose amp was placed. Here's the problem with this one. This piece actually mounts this way. Turn it around. Right there. So now to get access to the amp, I have to put it there sideways. Let me get my board right quick. There's one of them right here. I think this is this side. Yeah. That board will be mounted up here. And I'm going to put it all together here in just a second. Then you'd have to go and make you an access hole here on the side. There is going to be enough room between the seat, I think, and the console, where if you did do an access hole, you can get to these fuses or whatever. But you got to remember, you got your other stuff, back here as well. So that shouldn't be an issue. It's the fuses and our power supplies up here. That's where we're at, okay? So we either make an access hole, which there's all kinds out there. You can buy any kind of decorative access hole and put in here for the door. It's unlimited, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. So here's what we're going to do with it. I think what I can do, I'm going to try to put this further up here. Let's see what happens when we do that. it's going to have to ride in this area. It can't go under it. Because I'm going to be smaller than this. I think this amp is 2 1/4 high. So I've got to be, I mean, I shouldn't even cut the legs off of it if I'm going to do that. Because I'm shortening it right at 3 inches. We're dropping this 3 inches down. And where my markings are, and where the amp would be under it, time you put your legs back on it and all, have to space it back out for your amp, you'd be too high again. Okay? So let's do something different. Let's try something else. I'm gonna wrestle with this box. You can watch me wrestle with it. Look at this box, see what happens with this box on. Try something out here. Let's put our box together. So this is going to go towards the back. And this is where your other cup holder and your radio controls went to here. Okay? So that's the back. Turn it around. I can see this thing better. We get it turned right here. We'll get turned around there, right? One way or another, we will. I think I'm right. Get on down in there. Come on, dummy. Just like that. She's in there now. I'm not gonna put any screws in it. They probably fall out and I turn it over, but we'll get it in there. Ain't that with me? We'll get it in there. No screws. Well, it's in here where it goes. Okay. We'll get these where they go. We'll see what kind of mess we got. We're probably going to mess here to get done. Yes, sir. Time we get done. Come on back to here. Should fall in the little slots there. Okay. Where'd she go? That thing come up a little high right there. Let me come up a little bit on the front. She is all lined up. And where that goes. Now, I bet you I'm going to do the same thing I did to a console a couple of them back. Looking at this, they have real thick plastic under them. So you can cut on them, whittle on them, whatever you want to do with them. They're overkill. You know, it's not going to be wobbly, nothing like that. But if it is, put another brakes in there. I mean, it's that easy. So, let me find a piece here. So we're not going to bolt anything together. We're just going to check it out here. See what we got. That's going to go here. Okay. Within your radio, we're going to this top part here. Let me catch this person right here. I'll be right back right after this. I got a little delivery out. Alright, I'm back. Somebody had to drop something off. So, a radio, if I snap it all together, sometimes this is a pain to take it back apart, but we're going to have to, though, just so I can show you exactly what we're going to be going through. Let's go to the front side of it, though. Okay, just like that. Because you'll be careful, you can mess around and break these tabs. Be careful. And your cup holder. And your radio. Fit right in here. Plenty deep enough. We shouldn't do any wheeling in there. I don't think we do. If we do, it'd be very little. I mean, it's going to be close. Alright, now, we can't go back with it. If you're going to have your bucket's going to sit in there, okay? So you can't go back. You got your bucket. Then let me go get another piece over here. We're going to put on right here. Move this bucket out of the way for a second. That's going to go just like that right there. Actually, it's going to go under this. There you go, I better do. Get one of these other pry bars. See, they get brittle taking me out of bunch. Okay. Do this. With this up there. And where it goes. That's where it's going to go. Back where we started at. Let's just say this is in there. Okay? Let's go that route. This, the cup holder, then it's going to be too deep to hit it if you was to put it in here. I'll tell you that now. We've got to have about 2 1/4 clearance in here. You're going to have 2 1/4 in the back. In the front. Minus 2.5 inches. We're about 1 inch shy of putting this right directly underneath the cup holder. Do something else. say, you go with the smaller amp, be done. Smaller amp, boom, done. So we're gonna do 8.5. We need 8.5 by 11. We go in here. We're gonna have our 11, okay? And with this is a inch out from the edge here, but on just the box itself is 10. Okay, so 9 3/4 inside. And all the way up to the deck, the front of the deck here. See, we got plenty of room. So we gotta have 11 inches on the safe side. And that's gonna give us more room what we need. And up to this back here, we got 14. Okay? Here's the problem. When you look at this thing, I know it's not going to fit in there, even though the measurements are right. It's going to have to go this way. The piece of plastic we're going to cut out right here, and that'll bring it back to here, which will be real close to my mounts here in the front. Okay? What we're going to do is go in and being these are mounted with the console, you got the back side here. They're going to be stout. You're not going to move, except if you lose any bracing or anything where it's kind of wobbly, or if you think it's going to be wobbly, it's overkill. This is thick here. This is solid here. I mean, this is like a 1 inch. So what we'll do is we're going to come in under our bracket and whittle this out and down. It's got a couple of arms in here and down. Let me turn it. Well, it's one of the pieces. I can take it apart. I'll shoot some pictures and put right into this section right here, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you get there. You know what I mean? We're going to whittle it out and down to get this below the front side of these. I mean, it goes up, but it ain't quite enough to miss it. That's all we can do, you know. Like I say, unless you went to a smaller amp, you do no cutting, nothing, be done tomorrow. You know what I mean? It all fall in place. But under here, we need about 1 inch down inside there and whittle them out. Well, that's where we're at on it, and I'll get this done up, and like I say, I'll shoot some pictures of before and after, but I'm going to whittle on this. And I looked, I don't have that bit for my little router machine. So I got a bit coming, and I may take some snapshots or small, short videos of wheeling into this and placing that amp down, because I'm going to have to cut another hole, a slot up here, to bring in some of the power. And of course, in the wiring harness, the power part, get your power in your back speakers, be ran back, and your power will actually be on that radio control that was in the back, where you flip your power on for your amp. And key on, supply power to it. If you want it on, you cut it on. If you don't want it on, you want to have it on, you know. So let me get that bit and do some marking, take some good measurements, and fit it down, because the bottom of this is flat. You'll see it in the pictures. The bottom we're going to set it is flat. And you've got almost 2 inches of play there. So we'll have to cut some of this out on the top part too. I need about an inch in there, you know, down, to make it right. And then cut out the little piece of plastic here, just an edge on this is all. A little thin edge to do that. So we're going to grind our legs off and get everything set back up. But let's talk about the mounts for a second. This is going to be mounted on a piece of aluminum. When I cut these off, this will go up underneath it. And it's going to be high enough to where this will mount to the aluminum will be anchored to the floor. So we're cutting 3 off. We're going to be cutting 3 off. And you're not going to add any to it with this underneath it. Okay? And that'll drop it down to the armrest. Bucket be almost level, like most of them are. So we get that far, and we'll do some whittling on this. Like I said, I'll do some short videos of it, throw it in there, do some cutting, and we'll go to the next step after we get all that set in with the amp will fit. So we'll be right back right after this. Excuse the box, how dirty it is. It's really going to get dirty. We'll go to cutting on it. But right here is where I was talking about coming in, okay? Because this is part of the box on the outside. This is thick. It has a bottom to it, believe it or not. And unscrew it, take it off the bottom. But it's got a bottom to it. So we got to take and actually probably got to cut this down, this edge off right here. This one we'll cut down. Here's the face right here. We're going to cut this out along here for the power in. Okay. Here's how this sets back here. But you'd had plenty of room. Like I said, if you got a smaller amp, that's where the Bose amp was mounted. Right there. Then, when we do that, this is your AC duct. So I'll come in and put a lip in here to blow the cold air on the amp. Small hose, something there. Okay. Talking about the radio right here. Get out here where you can see it. This is a little back plate right here, but with that plate on here, it's deep enough for the radio might touch this right here. Maybe it's gonna be. It's not that deep a radio, so I go to it. Okay. So that's where we are. Let's chop these legs off and go from there. All the small lip come off. Nothing to it. All right, we'll be right back. Be sure before you do some grinding. You probably can't see my head much. Before you do some grinding, if you're gonna wear goggles, find you some safety glasses. It has a seal on them. And it seals all around your face. If not, put some goggles on. But as long as it's got the seal around it, you should be okay. Alright? We'll do a little grinding right here. We'll be right back. Back to this. There she is. So after getting the amp mounted, or a spot for it, it was a little bit of chore. What you're going to have to do is go in and maybe able to see it through here. Let me look here and see. She's laying on a piece of ABS board on the bottom. And what you're going to do is go in, and with that AC ductwork going through there, you're going to heat it. And, mash it down a little bit. You don't lose no volume. You're not crushing it, but it's up about a ½ inch too high. Take this out and you see it's flat in there now. And you can see just the corners of it. So all you're doing is mash it down a little bit. It's about a ½ inch too high. The amp, when I get done, it'll fit flat on there. With the cup holder and everything in it, we've got about an inch and a half in the back. And it's right at it's about an inch in the front. On this area, we got about an inch clearance. The back, we got about an inch and a half clearance. But that's where she's going to be mounted. And then we'll go to the next step after this. So stay tuned and see what we got going on next. We'll start assembling and building wiring harnesses, probably. Be pretty close to it to see where everything's going to be going. We got to shape our ABS for our radio, get all that done, and I may do a little bit of video on that. We'll see. But anyway, this is where we're at on it, on this one, and stay tuned for the next step and see where we're going to go with next. Okay, we're at the point now of shaping our ABS to our console, and I did a little sample right here so everybody can see just about how it's going to go. Because after you shape it, you'll be able to put it in its spot, wherever the shape will fit. But right here, this is what we're going to be shaping. But we'll get it shaped, and then we'll go to the next step, get it cut out, fit it to our console, and see what happens from there. So we're here at the ABS board. What I've done is I got it set on my insert out of the 05 Suburban itself, and this console here I got, he was kind of upset because he couldn't find the insert. That's what I really kind of needed, for my pattern. And just that little short clip was, I just took a little piece, laid up here, heat it, shape it, just to show how it's going to fit. I'm going to cut this fan off. Oh, you were too loud too. Yeah, we just leave it off, be all right. But so make sure it's flush all the way around. If not, when you put it in there, it's going to be short. Okay. Then we'll heat this, concave it to the shape of the insert, and you'll have that much room to do your cutout on whatever you're going to add, which we're adding the radio here. Will fit. So, with my gloves on, my heat gun, let's heat this thing up and let it come down. And then on your corners, before you take it off, you flip it upside down, do all your markings, and do your corners. Now, don't worry if you mess up a little or if you're off, okay? Because your first time, you're going to be off. I've done this a few times, and I still make mistakes. But anyway, you can go online and look at the styrene, and if you do mess up, you can get some edges, some little angle irons. You can get tees. You can get whatever you want if you need to, or just a piece of flat and go around it, put out to the sides, and make it look like it's flush. You know, you can do anything. Just look it up, angle iron, the flat pieces, whatever you want to add to do your trim better if you mess up a little bit, or if you miss it, or do it again. I mean, try it again. Either way, we're gonna heat this up though. Bend this over. Then we're gonna let it cool and form. And that takes a little time to let it form because it's got to stay here for a little bit to form. We'll, you can also come out here and it'll start bending by itself. It'll actually start laying down by itself. When it does, you know you're ready. Too much heat, you can actually warp it. When it starts to fold over though, that's when you want to take it and help it. Just make sure it's flat. Just help it some. It takes a couple times. You know, you may not get it on the first try. She's going though. She's going. And don't get upset at it, because you'll get it. It'll take a few times. Where you're going to be mad at yourself at is when you go to your corners or your cut, because if you mess up, just build you another one. Just build you another one if you mess up. But she's starting to lay down. Actually, she's formed to it, but I need to relax and lay down on it now. May have to put a weight on this one. There's that bar that runs through the middle. Pretty close. think she's there. Just make sure she's all the way down on there. And she ain't gonna count right. I got like one spot down there that so like this right here though. It may just be a reflection. I think it is a reflection. She's all the way down. She comes right off the edge too. Actually, I need to put a little bit back here in the back. A little bit back here in the back. Not much though. I want the roll all the way over. That way when I put it up there, it'll be flush like that one. That's it right there. Okay. She's formed to it. Perfect. Perfect deal there. And then what I'll do now is I'll just we'll flip it over, mark it to cut. These little, it's just called a 4-inch. They're pretty heavy. Yeah. Really surprising, real heavy piece there. So we'll mark this and cut it, and we'll see how she fits. I think it'll work. Looks good. Forms good. Almost dead on perfect. Gonna be all right there. So let that thing cool like it is. Let it cool. Just like it is. Oh yeah, it's gonna be all right. Nothing too shaping that, you know. Pretty simple. But I'm gonna let that cool. We'll come back. I'll trim on it, get it cut, get it fit. We'll see how this thing's gonna fit. Right back. All right. The more the truth right here. It's better fit. If it don't, oh boy. Probably make me start drinking. You know what I mean? I don't even drink anymore. Can't say that. Light don't strike me. But let's see how close we are. But always use whatever goes in the hole for your pattern. Bend it around it, shape it, whatever. Drill your hole, pull vacuum on it. What are you gonna do? It'll match. Take your time. It does take time. This should fit. It fits perfect on this. It fits this, I mean, like dead on. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to set it right here in it. We'll fit the camera. Let me move you all over there to it. Let's see if this thing's going to fit or not. It better. Now, you know what? If it don't, we'll just build another one. You know what I'm saying? Man. Look at that. So, you probably want to know how I'll mount this to it. On the back side of it, there's two holes, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll weld pieces here on both sides. They go through here, like a little bolt or something. It'd probably be a plastic bolt and nut that would have welded this plastic without getting this too hot, you know. But, you know, I might be able to get the plastic hot enough, liquefy it, and go around a little screw and let it bond to it as well. But anyway, that right there is gonna fit just right. I like it. Cut the hole for your radio. You know, if you mess that up, start over. I like it. I hope y'all do. It's another step away. So this right here, let me get back around here. So I don't have a cameraman or nothing, so bear with me. So with that being done out of the way, I'm gonna conclude episode 3 with this. And 4, we're gonna mount it in there, and we'll go ahead and cut our hole for radio, and go from there, because we got to get it all built up. After we get it all built up, we'll go back to the truck. We'll go in the truck with our side pieces, mold them to the cab, where it looks like it was made for it. You won't even know the difference, like that right there, you know. I like the way that fits. I'm going to throw some photos up so you can see it a little closer and what all. But this is going to end number 3. And thanks for watching. This tool I'm using, some of y'all probably want to know. This is a, I got this thing. I read the reviews on it. And I tell you what, I'm just going to have to put up the name. I'm just going to take a picture of that name. Like Goxaw, Goxaw or something. I don't know what that name is. I don't have a clue. I'll throw a picture up on it. But look at here. This thing here. So it'll come with a pencil rod here where you can work with things. You can cut it on. It's got a speed control right here. You can go as fast as you want to go, as slow as you want to go. Okay? And you can take this and really get into some fine areas and sand it down, smooth it up, make it look like that. Just be careful with it because it will get you. Be careful. First time I used that thing, I guess it was these where you regular drill truck goes up to it. It was spinning. I went to move it, and that thing, boy, it barely did get my finger, but it burned it a little bit. Just one of those things. Messing with hobby, you're gonna do it. It's just a hobby. But using that, of course, just a regular heat gun, and I use some of these straight edges to do my cuts with, and I cut it by using the back side of the razor blade, just scoring it, and wherever you score it at, it's going to pop straight down that edge. So there was no cutting materials cutting it across. It was all done freehand with back of a razor blade and these straight edges right here. They do a good job. I like them. I think that's all I pretty much used this afternoon on it. I got one more somewhere. I just find him probably. There he is right there. I can't wait to get to the seats. I'm pretty excited about getting this interior done, but we don't want to get in a hurry. I mean, we still got to wrap all the tan pieces in that dark mahogany wood. But let me show y'all something. I'm gonna throw a picture up also of this and the door trim. If y'all remember now, a couple of my videos back when we did the door trim, the carpet, I told you I had those chrome pieces, a little job for them. I got them wrapped in that dark mahogany. I wrapped them myself. But these will go on top of that door where the chrome pieces were. And then, of course, up there where your windows, your door locks, that flat piece that runs across your door, it'll be done. The bezel will be done. The piece across the dash will be done. And then, of course, the other door. And all the tan pieces will be done in this. Then everything else in the truck is going to be a dark blue and black. Black, blue, dark, so that kind of gives y'all an idea of what the inside of the truck's going to look like. We're going to take it down and get that purple off the windows. I'll get that purple out of there and put some regular brown tin in it. Of course, be limo on the back and on the sides, dark to legal. We want to keep it legal, but darken it as dark as we can, but legal. So, long ways to go yet. We got all of our brackets for our seats, the spacers, everything we need to get that in. So every day, but one question I wanted to ask my viewers, and leave it in the comments. It won't hurt my feelings a bit. I could take criticism or whatever. It don't bother me a bit. I've been there. Depending on how much I get done between Monday and Wednesday afternoon. Okay, or actually Sunday, because usually these episodes, I've got them done by Fridays. And I'm starting on the next one, like on a Saturday. But I just want to know if what I might start doing is putting up a Wednesday one and leave you hanging for the Sunday night one to conclude what I left you hanging on. We're not hanging now. We got that mounted and what all. We're going to come back and cut the radio in it or whatever after we get it fixed where it mounts correctly. So Wednesday nights I may throw a short one up, and then we'll leave it hanging until the Sunday night one upload to finish that project. And I could do them more often, but you know, my work schedule, and sometimes, you know, in the afternoons you really don't feel like messing with it. Yesterday, matter of fact, today's Thursday. Yesterday being Wednesday, I was going to do this video yesterday, and I come in and passed out and woke up about 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? So I may throw a short one up Wednesday. If I don't throw it up on Wednesday, that means I probably didn't get nothing done. And then I got Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday to get something done for the Sunday. But anyway, number 4 is on the way. We'll start on it. Let's see. I got something I got to do this weekend. So this weekend's shot. I got something important I got to take care of. You know, it's old lady's birthday in there, so I'm kind of hard to work on that truck on her birthday. So I got to take this weekend off, and then Sunday I'll start on number 4, and then whatever I get done, maybe Wednesday night, throw it up and leave us hanging on. Man, I wonder how it's going to work out. You know, kind of be hanging there, and then that Sunday show how it went. Okay. So I just want to thank everybody for watching. We got a long way to go on this truck. We got to be done by 2023. We are going to try to put this truck in the Dallas Autorama if it's still going on in 2023. If they don't cancel it, the way it shows. But we got the bed, we got the engine, paint. I mean, we still got a long ways to go on this truck. It takes a little over a year to build them, and that's staying at it. And that's every day staying at it. I mean, I'm only doing 4 to 5 hours a day when I am working on it. So anyway. Share this with somebody that wants to follow the builds. You always see the builds after they're done. You never see them as the progress went. And I'm going to show this one as the progress goes. So if you do see the truck somewhere or pictures or whatever, you can tell somebody, I seen that truck being built. You know. Anyway, that's the way it's going to be. Well, thank y'all, and let's go to episode 4. This ends number 3. Y'all have a good week. Stay safe and build on.